Namaskar to everyone, and welcome to this last live stream of 2023 before we start next year. How is everyone feeling today? Hope that everyone is well. So we will continue today with the live stream about questions and answers, just like we do almost every week. My name is Dian, and I'm here on behalf of Spiritual Science Research Foundation, in short, SSRF. For those who are coming the first time, many of you are coming every week. For those who are coming the first time, just to give a short introduction. So, in my case, I've been doing spiritual practice for the last 24 years. And I was doing spiritual practice around 15 years while having a career job. And after that, I decided to dedicate myself completely to spiritual practice and spiritual service. And since that time, the following 7 years, I lived in different spiritual centers, ashrams, in India and in Europe. And the last 2 years, I've been traveling around Europe and Latin America, conducting lectures and meeting hundreds and hundreds of people and helping them in spirituality. About SSRF, it's a non-profit organization that is established in 2006 under the guidance of His Holiness Dr. Attavle, who is a saint of the highest order. And SSRF is an all-volunteer organization that has two main objectives. One is to educate society about the spiritual dimension, how it can help our lives, how the spiritual dimension impacts our lives, which things to avoid to be able to live a happy and positive life. And the other objective is to help those who have a desire to grow spiritually, who have a desire to change, to improve, to be more positive, to experience more, to help them in their spiritual journey. So for all of this, we have a website with over 8,000 articles in 23 languages. We also have a YouTube channel with many, many videos. You can take a look at the channel later. And the channel has had over 15 million views. And we also have over 50 weekly spiritual meetings in 8 languages that are free of charge. We also have a live chat service on the website where you can ask questions anytime, and our seekers volunteer to do their service by helping you with the answers. And we also have these live streams. We have also lectures. In 2024, we will travel to 41 countries, and we will visit almost 160 cities. So there will be different teams of seekers who will travel to do these lectures. So if you are in some of those countries where we will travel in Europe, Asia, Latin America, then we may see you there. So usually we start each session with 2 minutes of chanting. So chanting is a practice to help us calm the mind, and we repeat what is called the universal chant. And you can listen to it and repeat in the mind while you're listening, and after that we will start.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो 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 भगवते वासुदेवाय।
Okay, how is everyone feeling now? So you can share also in the chat, and you can share your questions also. And I will take a look here. I see one comment from Anil. A very nice comment, Anil. I'm happy to see you again. I saw the message you sent, that you appreciated the last session and that you had desire to attend again. So I'm happy to see you. It's nice to have someone from Turkey coming to our live streams as well. I think at one point soon we will be launching one part of the website with translated articles in Turkish language also. So once it is live, you can share with anyone who is interested. So we will start with the questions. So everyone else can also put your questions. So first question is from Anil. Are there any tips you may give us to protect our peace and harmony while being in crowded places, traffic, or such situations? So that is a good question, Anil, and something that is quite common. So in today's times, we go to many crowded places, and maybe some of you have experienced that in such places there is some more negativity, pressure, heaviness, something like that. Anyone experience that? You can share. So you said crowded places or traffic. So when it comes to crowded places, what we can do is that we can pray for protection, and we can also chant. So the chanting will create a protective sheath around us, So that when we are in such an environment, we have let's say, it's kind of like a bubble of divine consciousness. And this prevents the negativity from the environment from impacting our mind, our intellect, and our body. So we can keep in mind to remember to chant, and we can also listen on headphones if we have the chant downloaded on a mobile. You can download the chants on our website. There is an article called Which Name to Chant, and there are some chants that you can download. Our seekers on social media can share this link with you. And another thing about traffic is see here, one thing also we can think about is, are we having reactions? So are we feeling like, oh, it's too much traffic? Why are people driving this way? They should drive better. Or why is this one driving too fast? Or this one's not paying attention? Any such thoughts come in mind? Then for that we can take auto-suggestions. And auto-suggestion is a phrase that we repeat in our mind to overcome the reaction, have a proper feeling and a proper way to think, to behave. So an auto-suggestion like that would be, for example, whenever I'm driving and I see that other people are driving in an improper way, and I start to get upset, I'll become aware of it. I will realize that everyone is having some issues, and they are just trying to get home or to get somewhere quickly. So I will understand them, I will calm down and concentrate on chanting. So that auto-suggestion we can repeat in our mind, and it will help us to remain calm. So on one hand we can do chanting, and on the other hand we can, if we have some reactions in the mind, we can take auto-suggestion for it. Then we will be going to different places in the society in a calm and positive way. And one thing that also comes to mind is we think that God is in specific places. Divinity is in specific places. So there is holy places, temples, churches, different places where people practice spirituality, monasteries, ashrams. So we think that is where divinity is. And or in our home, when we come home and we have some sanctuary where we practice spirituality, so we think, okay, now I'm in a divine place. But actually, God is everywhere. Divinity is everywhere. So if we focus only on the negative things, then that will affect us more. But if we keep that divine connection, then it doesn't matter where we are, where we go. Of course, it is more easy at home under it's a purified environment spiritually compared to, let's say, a restaurant or a shopping center or a public transport, like a metro especially, because it's underground. But many seekers have experienced that even in such places, they were able to have spiritual experiences and remain in positivity and divine connection, because that's where the focus was. Where our focus is, that's what we get. If our focus is on worries and on things that will happen in the future, then that's how we will feel. We'll be in stress. If our focus is on the divine principle, then that's how we will feel. We will feel divine. So I hope this helps. I hope this helps everyone, because I think many are facing these situations in their day-to-day lives. Of course, it's something as a result of spiritual practice and spiritual progress also. Initially, it's more difficult to perceive it or to be in that state. But if we keep practicing it, then we experience it more and more. Okay, we can go to next question. There are only 2 questions, so if anyone else wants to ask something, you can think, you can pray to see what is in your mind, and then you can ask. It can be about anything. It can be about obstacles, learnings, some experiences you had, whether positive or negative, how to grow, how to change, anything like that. So Valentina from Colombia. Namaskar, Valentina. Nice to hear from you again. So is it possible to attain spiritual repair even if one is 50 years old? I mean, it is not too late for significant changes. So in spirituality, it is never too late. You can start at any age. You can start at the age of 5. You can start at the age of 75. And we have many cases of seekers who started spiritual practice late in their life. The first saint that I met in India was a lady. She was 77 years old. And she was bedridden. She was lying in bed. She could not move due to health issues. But she was a saint. First saint I met. And when I was sitting next to her, I felt so much positive energy. And she gave guidance also, very nice guidance. She didn't speak much, but what she said was very deep. And she actually started her spiritual practice at the age of 63. 63 years old is when she started spiritual practice. And she reached saint level. She progressed very fast. After 70 something, 71, 72 years of age. So it's never too late. In spirituality, we can always change. Because there is divine grace also. We have also a case of one seeker in an ashram. She's around 60, now she's 70, and she recently reached the spiritual level of 61%, which is the level where one doesn't have to get born again. There is no more need for reincarnation. And actually there will be a live stream in some weeks with her and with some others, I think in January, where we will interview these seekers who progress. So you will hear her story. She's very sweet, and you can hear how she worked on herself, how she changed, how she overcame her different things in mind, even at that age. She did good efforts to change. So Valentina, doesn't matter the age. It matters more the desire and efforts. In spirituality, desire is most important. With desire, everything is possible. The more desire, the faster we can grow. If you have any more questions, you can share. So we have a question from Jai Hanuman. If I have only 5 minutes time for chanting, should I try avran removal first, or should I directly start chanting? How many minutes avran removal should I do in 5-minute session? So avran removal in translation, is removal of black covering, which we have around us. So there are different methods we have shown in the previous live streams. And we have an article on our website our seekers can share in the chat, how to remove this black covering. So usually we suggest that before starting the chanting session, let's say we are doing a chanting session sitting down at home, 30 minutes, then we start with black covering removal to remove the negativity around us so that we can chant better. So in this case, Jai, if you have only 5 minutes for chanting, then during the whole 5 minutes you can do removing of black covering during the whole session. So you can use the Sagunirgun mudra, then use the fingers to remove, and finally to use the tower mudra. So each one will take you around 1-2 minutes. So in 5 minutes you'll be able to complete all three. And during that you keep chanting. It's very important to keep chanting. It's a good practical question. And it's good that you have that desire that you want to utilize even 5 minutes. So dear seekers, this is how we should be, opportunistic. Because in today's times, as probably most of you are experiencing, we have less time, yeah? So there is, many of us have jobs, family, children, tasks at home. So the most precious thing, and the thing that we have the least of, is time. And time, once gone, we cannot replace it, yeah? Everything else we can replace. Clothes we can replace, money we can replace. Food also we can replace, but time we cannot replace. So, just like Jai, we can think of all the opportunities where I can do my spiritual practice. If I get 10 minutes, 15 minutes, what I can do in those 10, 15 minutes? I can pray, I can sit and chant, I can do saltwater remedy, I can do my analysis, self-analysis in my chart of personality defects for my incorrect actions, reactions, thoughts, emotions. So any period of time can be utilized. Nice to see more questions. So Jai, just keep doing like that. It's good effort. So next question is from Jitya Sengar. My question is that even though I mentally know that I need to chant and do spiritual healing, I don't feel like doing anything at all. So what should I do to get that desire for God? So here maybe you can share also what kind of thoughts you get. Because you said you don't feel like doing anything at all. So what is the situation? What is happening? Is it that you're very tired or you're stressed and many things in the day, many difficult things, you just want to relax? Or you want to do and then you get thoughts, I don't want to do, or you just feel like you can't do it, it's too difficult. So depending on that, we can give specific guidance, because if you can share also, because there are different reasons. Like, let's say one thing is if we're in stress, many things happen in the day, or some difficult situation happen, let's say at work or at home, some argument. Then at that time we can, first thing is to try to calm down, to try to come to a balanced state, calm state. And for that, we can take some deep breaths, few deep breaths, pray, and start chanting. That will help us to calm down. If it's thoughts like, I don't want to do it, I don't feel like doing it, I just want to lie here and do nothing, then this usually is due to the impact of negative energies. It can be an attack of negative energies. It can be a black covering around us that's making us feel like that. So at that time, we can remove the black covering by using our fingers. And you will see that within 5 minutes, you will feel better. You may want to do. Or if there is a drained feeling like I just can't do it, I can't even sit, I have to lie down, I can't keep my eyes open, then we can do salt water remedy, because salt water remedy will remove the negativity from the body and from the mind. And many who have done this experience freshness, lightness, because the salt water has the ability to pull out the negativity. Okay, Jitya, now you share more details. Now it is more clear. So you are getting thoughts that you need to chant, but end up doing other activities like studying or other activity, or procrastinate a lot. So this is something different. This is something at the mind level. So that means that there is an impression and a habit, an impulse, let's call it, that is coming from an impression in the subconscious mind, which is making us do something else. So it's some restlessness or feeling like, no, I have to do this, I have to do that, what will I do later? Then we cannot concentrate on chanting. For that, you have to do autosuggestions. Autosuggestions will help you with that. So for procrastination also, procrastination is a common problem. I don't know how many here in this live stream sometimes procrastinate, postpone things. I used to do that also. And when I started to work on it, I realized that like 70–80% of problems in my life were due to procrastination. I was causing myself problems because I would postpone things, then they happen in the last moment, or they don't get completed, or then or I'm stressed that I have to do it at the last moment, or sometimes I don't do things. Let's say at work, then the boss is not happy, our project is delayed, or different things like that. So I realized that it caused so many problems. So I work hard on it. Basically, you have to do it at two levels. One is at the level of the mind, you take an autosuggestion, and the other one is at the level of action to start doing. The only way to overcome procrastination is to start doing immediately. So the autosuggestion can be whenever I sit to chant, I'll give you two, you can see which is better. So first one is for many thoughts. So whenever I sit to chant and I want to get up to do other activities, I will become aware of it. I will realize that this is my planned time for chanting, and studying I can do later, and chanting will give me positivity and energy to grow and to feel better. So I will remain seated and continue chanting. So that is the first one. And the other one about postponing is, let's say, whenever I get a thought to chant, but I feel to postpone it for later, I will become aware of my procrastination. I will realize that this is my chance to overcome it. So I will promptly sit down and start chanting. It's at action level. So you can try and see if this helps. The auto-suggestions we repeat 5 times. This sentence you repeat 5 times in one session. And you can do, let's say, one session in the morning, one session in the afternoon, and one session at night. It can be more sessions, but let's say for the beginning you can start with 3 sessions. So you sit down, you pray, you do 2 minutes chanting with closed eyes, and then with closed eyes you repeat this sentence in your mind. It will take a couple of days to memorize it. First you can read it, and then later to do it in the mind with closed eyes. And you will see within a few days already some improvement will be there. And within a couple of weeks there will be more improvement. Usually we do auto-suggestions for 2 weeks, and then we change them. Now there are many questions. So T. Rose, Namaskar T. Rose, asked, negative attacks that are going on, are they from people in our life who have passed, or are they protecting us from attacks from other outside entities? So it's a good question, and in today's times, most people are experiencing some sort of effect of negative energy. And you're right that in majority of cases, it is due to problems of ancestors, dissatisfied ancestors. So those dissatisfied ancestors can cause different problems in our life. So they can cause problems like addictions, arguments in the house, skin problems, problems with conceiving, like not being able to have a child, financial problems, or just general feeling of heaviness and negativity. So for that, there is one chant which is called Shri Gurudev Datta. Shri Gurudev Datta. We have that chant on our website also. And you can start doing it, let's say, 15-30 minutes a day, sitting down. And you can chant from the morning until, let's say, noon. And after that, you can do the other chant for spiritual progress. Either the universal chant or chant of superior religion. But there are some cases where the negative attacks, there are many things which can impact us spiritually. So one thing is ancestors. Another thing is the vibrations in the environment, in the home, which can be due to some entities that are there, or due to previous owners, or due to the habits of the people who live in the apartment or in the house, or just in the way how we treat it. Let's say if we have a lot of black furniture and, let's say, dark brown walls, then that will, or dark green walls or something like that, that will increase negativity. If it's more light colors, pastel colors, like white, yellow, blue, pink, orange, light green, violet, those are different positive colors, then it will have more positivity in the environment. So let's say in the home such things are there, then they can impact us positively or negatively. Also, let's say if there are people in the house who are playing a lot of loud music, let's say hip-hop or pop or techno or whatever, that will increase negativity in the environment. Whereas if you play some spiritually positive music, that will increase positivity. So that impact we also have. If we watch a lot of TV programs are not positive, that also can increase negativity in the environment. So depending, of course, which programs we watch. So that also is there. And there is a general spiritual pollution in the world nowadays, as you can maybe see in the news. There are so many conflicts happening around the world. whether internal in the countries or between countries. There are natural disasters. So this is all pointing to an increased negativity in the world. And this is impacting all of us. So this is why for every single one of us, it is important to chant every day. And that universal chant will give protection from that. And behind that, see, what we see with our eyes and what we can see with our sixth sense are two different things. So with our eyes, we see all this conflict, yeah? Between groups of people, between ideologies, between countries. But we don't see that there is a conflict and a battle at the spiritual level between the negative energies and positive energies, meaning God. So that is impacting all humanity, actually. And those who do spiritual practice, they get more protection. So if you do chant, this principle of the universal chant is active in today's times to protect us from that negative impacts of that battle, then you will feel better. I hope T-Rose this helped to answer your question. Okay, Valentina, gratitude to God. Laura from Latvia. Namaskar, Laura. Nice to see you again. If my aunt is 90 years old and feels bad, should I suggest to her to listen to chants if she has never listened to them? I'm nervous if she may feel a strong cleansing and she may think that she's feeling bad due to chanting. So it is very nice, Laura, you want to help your aunt. And at that age, at 90 years old, is also important to do something spiritual. So here it depends on one thing, is whether she's open to such things, whether she's interested in such things. So you can ask to see. If this is a general principle for everyone. If you are trying to help others spiritually, we have to see if they're interested. We should not try to force people, push people who are not interested. So you can ask, Auntie, I see that you're feeling bad, and there is one thing that I'm doing that is helping me, so I don't know if you want to try. I'm doing something called chanting, and it means to call on the divine help, divine energy, to help in keeping our mind better, to increase positivity. Then you see how she reacts. If she says, tell me more, then you keep talking. If she says, no, I'm not interested, then say, okay, no problem. And then we let it be. If she later comes back and says, wait, you were talking about that, what was that about? Can you tell me about it? Then you keep talking. So it depends on them, it doesn't depend on us. And also, we should guide as per what they need. So let's say your auntie is connected to some divine principle. Let's say in Latvia, maybe being Christian, maybe to Jesus. And she says, no, I'm very much connected to Jesus. And you say, okay. And there is a chant of Hail Jesus, so you can try to repeat that. Or if she's open to other concepts, then you can say, okay, there is this universal chant, then you can try that. And and you can also explain, because you're worried that what if she feels something bad, you can explain beforehand. You can say that, see, these chants are very strong, and sometimes if there is some obstacle, obstruction, or if some cleaning process is to happen, sometimes we can also experience some pressure or pain, so don't worry about it. If it happens, you let me know, and I will help you. and usually after some time it will go away. It is like a cleaning process. It doesn't always happen, but in case it happens, you let me know. So on one side, not too scared. They say, "Hi, you'll get something," because we don't know. Nothing may happen also. Nothing negative you may experience also. But we can say it in that way to leave it open, that in case it happens, I'm here and I can help you with it. And then you can ask, if you're not clear what to tell her, then you can ask our seekers on live chat, or because you attend the weekly meetings, satsangs, then you can ask your satsang weekly meeting conductor what you can guide your aunt. Okay, so we'll go to the next questions because there are many. Anil Sharma. Namaskar, Anil. In recent times, whenever I'm trying to share about spirituality with people around at work or otherwise, the reaction of people is like they say, we know all this and we keep hearing on social media. So I feel discouraged. Maybe it's my personality defect of assuming, but I'm not sure. How to not get affected by this? I still keep doing it as my service to God. See, Anil, just what we discussed now. If they are not interested, we should not keep talking. That will not be service if we keep talking if people are not interested. Service is to tell those who want to hear. So if some don't want to hear, then you let it be and talk to some others who may be more open to it. And as per their time and as per the quantity that they're able to accept or that they're interested. If someone after 5 minutes feels it's too much, we should not keep talking another 15 minutes. We stop. Say, it was a nice conversation, I hope you liked it. Anytime you want to speak again, we can speak again. So you have to see how the people are reacting. If they are starting to look on their watch, they're like, think, yeah, okay. Then it's time to stop. We should not keep talking. So it is good that you have this desire to do the service, but it should not be in the way that I want to do my service, so let me tell people. It is more that let me see who is interested and who wants, and then let me serve. So okay, if they say they know all this and they keep hearing on social media, I say okay, no problem. Then they can go on social media and hear about it there. But you can leave it open and you can say, in case you want any additional information, then I'm here anytime. Hope it's more clear. SS has asked if we focus on spiritual practice, will God take care of things that are not in our control, like marriage, kids, etc.? Worldly problems are part of Maya, meaning great illusion, but they are very mentally draining. I'm pretty sure that at some point of time, all of us have experienced that some situations in life can be draining. When things are nice, we don't feel like that. But when things are stressful or difficult, then we feel draining, yeah? Drained. So, but will God take care of things that are not in control, like marriage, kids, etc.? So generally, things that happen in marriage, family, are related to karma, to destiny. So things will happen as they're meant to happen. So usually, God does not get involved in destiny of people. He is more in observer stance in terms of destiny because Destiny is something, it's a universal law. It is like gravity. What you throw up comes down. So whatever we do comes back. So that law has to play out. However, if someone does spiritual practice, with their spiritual practice, their destiny can be reduced. And then divine help can come also. So some part of the energy that is generated, see, ultimately it's like in the world we have money, yeah? So if I collect $1,000, so what I will use it for? I can use one part to pay rent, I can use another part to pay food, I can use another part for transport, and I can save one part, let's say. So similar, we use it for different things. Similarly, spiritual energy that we generate is used for different things. So it can be used for removing negative energy problems. It can be used to reduce destiny. It can be used to reduce ancestor problems, which is also related to destiny. Or it can be used towards our spiritual progress. So depending on the seeker meaning a person who is practicing spirituality, the energy will go where it is needed. So if someone has a lot of destiny, then a lot of that energy will go in that direction. Or if they have a lot of negative energy problems, then that energy generated will go in that direction. Or it can be split. Part goes towards destiny, part goes towards reducing negative energy. In my case, it was like that in the beginning of spiritual practice, because I had a lot of negative energy problems, destiny. So a lot of my spiritual practice was going to reduce those problems, and it helped me. It did reduce. But it is not something that will happen in one day. You have to maintain the efforts, sufficient efforts. So if the destiny is small, with less efforts, it can be reduced. Less efforts doing spiritual practice, couple of hours a day. Okay, I will not say the couple hours a day is less efforts. Let's call it, apologies for that. Let's say lower level of quantity compared to what is needed. So if we have moderate destiny, then it should be a few hours a day, spiritual practice. Meaning chanting throughout the day and different aspects of practice. And if destiny is strong, then we need many hours in a day of spiritual practice to be able to nullify and reduce that destiny. So it is possible to overcome, it is possible to reduce, but we have to make the efforts. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that the intention of our spiritual practice is important. So if we do our spiritual practice just to remove family problems and get money and all these things, that is like doing spiritual practice with expectations, expecting some tangible physical results, worldly results. That will have less impact and we cannot grow spiritually. But if we have the intention that I want to grow, I want to become more divine, I want to get closer to God, I want to develop love for others, I want to be more positive, better, then we can grow. And also we get the benefit that these other things in life get reduced. So that is much better. And also we should be careful how we are behaving. If because of our behavior, the situation in life is not good, then we have to work on ourselves. If I get a lot of anger in my family, then they fight back, then it is, I'm the one who is causing it, yeah? So then I have to work on myself. If I'm bringing a lot of stress and tension into the household because of my worries, anxiety, putting everyone in tension, then the whole household is in tension. Then again, I have to work on myself. If others do something that we didn't cause, okay, they have to work on themselves, and we also have to work on ourselves not to be impacted by it. So on our website, there are different types of auto-suggestions. They can be taken for different situations. If we are causing something or if others are causing, then there are auto-suggestions how to react. So our seekers can share the article with the different types of auto-suggestions that are there. So Anil is, I will go to next question, SS. So Anil asks another question, if Nyas technique can be applied on other people. I'm wondering if I chant mentally and do Nyas on my mother's shoulder, would it work? Nyas is a method where you put fingers together, for those who don't know, and you can do healing with it on self. It's self-healing we're teaching. Huh? So you chant and the energy goes through the fingers and can heal us. Now, it is possible also that it can heal others, but it depends on different factors. One factor is, depends on our spiritual level. If our spiritual level is not minimum 50%, you can see on our website about spiritual levels, then the impact of healing will not be much there. Second thing, if I myself, if a person themselves is affected by negative energy, they try to heal others, they will pass negative energy to them. They will not heal, they will increase their problem. Third thing is, if we do healing on others, the negative energy that is impacting them will fight back with us. And we may not have the capacity to bear it. See, only a rich person can give money to everyone. A person who is poor cannot give much to others. So similarly, to be able to spread divinity like that, at that level, that spiritual level, one has to have quite a high spiritual level. So for these reasons, we suggest to do Nyas for self-healing. And let's say in case of your mother, she can be taught how to do her own self-healing. That will be much more beneficial and she will be more independent. Because if someone heals her sometime, then problem will come back. So, but if she can learn to do it herself, she will be independent. She can heal anytime. And she will also develop more faith, more divine connection. So you can teach her how to do healing with the chant. You can see what she's open to, either the universal chant, or because you're in a Muslim country, then you can advise that she chants one of the Muslim chants, like Ya Ali Ya Allah, or Ya Ali Ya Muhammad. We have different chants on the website. Actually, this is in Arabic. You can see in Turkish. I don't know how in Turkish it is said. But if she is open to universal chant or ancestor chant, then that she can try also. So, Swati, how to increase faith in the Guru? I want to do spiritual practice on a regular basis, but I still fail to give my 100% due to my expectations, superiority complex, and I get demoralized and feel guilty. So it is very good that you are having this awareness and that you are looking at, we should all look at also where we are falling short so we can improve, not to feel negative that we are not good, from the standpoint of improving, so we can be better. So, okay, expectations are there, superiority complex is there, fine. We all have something. I'm also working on different things that I need to improve. There's always something to improve. So, I also had superiority and expectations also. I worked on it and then reduced. Some things went away also. So just take it step by step. and take out a suggestion one at a time for each problem. And God will help you with that. Or Guru, in case you have faith in Guru. Guru definitely will help. Guru is a principle that gets activated when we have desire to learn and when we have desire to practice. And that principle is present everywhere in the whole universe. So we will get help. So about doing spiritual practice at a regular basis, you set some plan and schedule and set some targets every week. So let's say this week my target is 30 minutes a day of sitting down chanting. So then you monitor every day. Today I completed 30, next day 35, this day 25. It's below my target. Okay, tomorrow I will do 5 minutes extra to make up for that because I did less. Then at the end of the week, you see what you did. Then you feel motivated. Oh, this week I managed to do 30 minutes. Good. What is my next target? Next week, 45 minutes. And next week, I will try to do one more other suggestion. And next week, I will increase my prayers. This week, I was doing 2 prayers a day on average. Next week, I will try to do 4 prayers a day. Like that, step by step. Spirituality is a journey. Huh? It's not like a 5-minute enlightenment course. Huh? You should have some patience and keep going. And not to feel demoralized and guilty. We can feel remorse. We can feel sorry for it. But feeling guilty will not help. Remorse means we feel bad about what happened, but we look at it in a constructive way, how I can overcome, what I can do, how I can fix it, how I can do better. Then we keep moving ahead. And we will take 2 more questions before ending. It's nice today to see many are active. Okay, Anil, you said that you will teach her how to do herself, your mother. Very nice. And other Anil, there are 2 Anils, Anil Sharma, say gratitude, it is clear now, and Laura also, gratitude, gratitude to God. I'm glad it helped you. So we have one question from Jitya. I'm currently chanting Shri Gurudev Datta and Kuldevi Mata chant. Should I continue with this chant or should I switch to Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya? Kuldevi Mata means family deity for Hindus. So it is good you started with both, but if now you know about the universal chant, you can switch. You can start with the Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya chant. So you can do Shri Gurudev Datta and Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Shri Gurudev Datta for ancestors, in your case you can do, let's say, from morning until noon, and the other chant, universal chant, you can do the rest of the day. And try to do some part sitting down. That is important. Doing in the mind during activities is important, it's good, but to have more concentration, it's important to do it while sitting down. Good practical question. But you see, Jitya, how you feel. You see if you're able to. It may take some time to get used to the new chant. There's like a transition period. And you can pray also before and see how you feel. Namira, Namaskar Namira. Namira asked, why have I not gotten married until now? Okay. So, as we discussed earlier today, so things like marriage, they are mainly related to destiny. And I don't know what is your age, but also, how to say, some people get married early 20s, some people get married 30s, some people get married in their 40s also. So everyone's different. But whatever it is, the marriage happens as per destiny. So if there is a person that we're meant to marry, we will marry them. Sometimes even if we may not really want to, due to destiny, it happens. So, meaning what I mean is like may not really want to, like someone is not fully sure, but they decide to go ahead with it, yeah? Like that. So because destiny is there, so destiny makes it that the people get married. So when the time comes, marriage comes. But there is another factor that sometimes the ancestors can cause problems to get married. They can cause obstructions. So even if someone is meant to get married, they can postpone it, delay it, create obstacles. So then the person is having problems to find the right partner, or things collapse, trying different relationships doesn't happen. So for that, we can do the Shri Gurudev Datta chant. And you can try to do, let's say, 2 hours a day to do the Shri Gurudev Datta chant. You can do 30 minutes sitting down, and the rest of the time you can do in your mind. So to complete 2 hours in the mind with other activities, you probably need to do it until around, let's say, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, something like that. By then, the 2 hours will be completed. Because we don't chant constantly. We'll chant, we'll forget, we'll chant, forget, some activities there. So it keeps getting broken down in parts. Then let's say by 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you will complete it. Hope this helps. If you need help how to do it, we have a link that you can download and you can put on your mobile, you put on repeat, and it will keep playing. But it's not just to listen, huh? We have to repeat in the mind also. We have to repeat ourselves. Practice is not to listen. Practice is to repeat, to do something. And we have a 2-minute version and we have a 30-minute version on our website. So if someone wants to download the longer version, they can do that. But even 2-minute version, if you download, put on a mobile and repeat, it will work. It will keep playing. And for everyone, these chants of the ancestors you can play in your household also at low volume. Of course, if the other members of the family in the house allow it and don't have a problem with it, then you can play it in your bedroom or in some other room, and it will help to purify the environment, and it will help to reduce the difficulties of ancestors. So this is it for today. I hope everyone, there are no more questions, so I hope everyone has learned something new and got some inspiration also. And after 1st January, I think from 2nd January, we will continue with the daily chanting sessions of Sadhguru Siriak Wale. You can go to our events website, ssrf.org/events, to see the planned events. And they are every day at 5:30 p.m. Europe time, 10 p.m. India time. I think North America East Coast will be like 11:30 a.m. And we will also have another session of questions and answers on next Sunday. And just to share that we also have workshops in India of the Maharshi University of Spirituality. There are 5-day workshops. There is one now in January, from 26th January to 30th January. There's another one from 25th February to 29th February. It is a life-changing experience. And there are things there that you will experience that you've not experienced anywhere else. And learn things that you haven't learned before. So if anyone is interested in that, that also is an option. Of course, depending on everyone's availability, we will have also workshops in the coming months. I think that's for the events. So I'm very grateful and happy that you all had the chance to share your thoughts in today's session. I'm grateful to have this chance to speak with you, and I wish you all the best in all your efforts, and I wish you in the coming year lots of learning and growth. On behalf of SSRF and all SSRF seekers, gratitude and namaskar.